What's good, man?
It's good.
Hey, G-West in the building.
Yes, sir.
The one and only. How you doing?
Good, man. How you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for joining me today. You
Yeah.
feel me? Sitting down with me. I got introduced to you by a friend. I'd say his Instagram page, just lurking through there.
Yep.
And I saw some music that I liked or heard. You know what I mean? The style, the vibe that was different. Not the norm that everyone's fucking doing out here today.
Appreciate that, bro.
You know what I mean? And I just wanted to reach out and see if you would sit down with your boy over here at A-Line Media and get an interview done. You
Yeah,
know what I
man.
mean?
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
bro.
it. Appreciate it. Again, this is me meeting you for the first time, so we're going to go through it together, and I'm going to learn
We're
as
gonna
you spit
figure it
that
out.
game. You feel me? Once again, G-West, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start with your, if you want to say your government, your name and your age.
So Garrett West, I'm in my Jesus year. I'm 33.
Hey,
Just turned 33 a couple months
respect.
ago. I go by ONEgWEST because there's a hell of a lot of G West out
Okay.
there.
Okay.
But Garrett West, you get it. G West, not hard to understand.
Right,
A lot of
right,
people
right.
think I'm like, I don't know, West Coast rapping, which I kind of am because I'm here. But
That's what I was going to
it's
ask you.
just the
Where were you
name.
born?
I'm actually born in the Valley.
Okay. Born.
Yeah, so born and raised in the Valley.
Specific.
Granada Hills, Northridge, kind of that area.
Okay. Okay. And your parents, where were they born?
Same.
Oh, so everybody, California, you born,
Yeah.
bred at Heritage Cali.
Yeah.
I like that. I like
Exactly.
that.
Born and bred.
And your parents, respectfully, they still alive?
Yeah.
Okay. And when they have you, around what age?
I think my parents had me around, like, they must have been, like, 30, 28,
30?
something like that.
Okay.
Pretty, like, not a time that I feel like a lot of people I know, like, they're still thinking about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like at that time, everybody was, like, kind of, because I'm their second kid.
Okay.
So, yeah, they like, pretty early, I'd say, for today's standards.
Okay. And you say second kid, you have a brother or sister?
Yeah, I got an older brother.
Older brother.
Yeah.
Okay. Just you two?
Yeah.
Okay. And how did they influence you growing up?
Like musically?
No, how did they, just in general, how did they influence you growing up?
Shit, that's a good ass question.
You know what I mean?
Shit, my mom's like pretty. My parents are like pretty like straight. You know what I mean? Like they're pretty just like kind of like by the book. Like
Religious?
my mom's like Catholic.
Okay.
And so I grew up Catholic, like confirmed and shit like that.
Okay.
Sorry about cussing. Should I?
Whatever you want to
Got
do, bro.
you.
This is your interview.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so like, I don't know, I guess they kind of influenced me just kind of like being like responsible. My parents are hella responsible. Like, and that kind of was always instilled on me. So I'm like, you know.
Straight edge by the book, you would say?
Yeah, like I grew up like not really like I was getting good grades. I wasn't really fucking up like, smoking or drinking or nothing like that until
Okay.
like a little later I kind of like experienced, that kind of stuff. But yeah, they just influenced me, just like kind of like instill good morals in me, you know?
Right.
Like nothing really creatively, really. No one in my family does music or anything like that.
Okay.
So really, they just kind of like morally instilled shit on me.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, I don't know. Like they're just taught me how to be a good person, really.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. They still married?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. What city did you grow up in?
Granada Hills.
Granada Hills, you said.
Yeah.
Okay, that neighborhood, like, how was that neighborhood growing up?
Chill. I mean, like as a young kid, that was like prime, like suburban shit. Like I used to hang out with a pack of kids, like little kids running around the neighborhood, just like, doing dumb shit.
At what age is this? Like
This is like, I mean, from when I was like, since I can remember, like 6, 7, up until like 12. And then just kind of, I was always outside. I was just always running around skating and shit. Like that's really like how I like kind of my youth was full of that. Just like with my brother, my older brother and his homies and stuff, and just skating. Not really even doing bad shit, just skating.
Right.
Yeah.
How much older is your brother?
3 years.
3 years. Okay, so he did expose you to a when he was in high school, junior high school. Yeah, yeah. You was
Yeah,
still
he
getting
kind of
out there.
but I don't know. Me and my family aren't super close in the way that uh, like my music, for example, is like kind of a separate thing. Like they know I do it,
Mm-hmm.
but like me and my family, it's like family time, So
Right.
it's even with my brother, like as we've gotten older, we started to connect a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
like
You kind of keep it separate as well,
yeah,
because you know how they may feel about it, or
I don't know. It's just kind of how it is,
okay.
It is what it is.
It's
I've
been
just
like that.
accepted it. Like some relationships are one way, some are another way.
Okay. And so when did you realize you becoming a man, like beyond just that block or that group of people that you was growing up with, hanging out? At what age you think?
Shit. I mean, like, I think I started to really like find like I definitely separated from like my neighborhood people, because it was like neighbors and shit. But like in middle school, like I've always had a close group of friends,
Mm-hmm.
but like in middle school, you figuring your shit out, and then in ninth grade, I think when I really started to find music, like that's been a real defining factor for me.
Okay.
So like probably around like early high school, I
Early high
started to
school.
like kind of develop what will become like my dedication to my purpose in life.
Right, right, right. What high school did you go to?
Granada.
Granada. Oh, so you Granada all the
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
For
yeah,
sure. For sure. That's what's up. Did you play any sports?
No, I just skated, like mostly skated and shit. Like nothing really. All my homies were like playing football and shit, but
Uh-huh.
nah, I was just rolling around on the skateboard.
Were you the popular guy?
Popular?
Popular.
Uh, I would. Nah, I wouldn't really say that. I knew a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
Like I knew a lot of people, but I've always been like I feel like I've always been like a floater,
Okay.
just kind of going around to a lot of different friend groups and stuff, and I feel like I connect with a lot of different people, and having different friend groups allows you to like experience different parts of yourself, I think.
Okay.
So like that's just always been my thing. So I wouldn't say popular, but I know a lot of people. Like if I go out, like I'll see someone.
Okay. So very diverse.
Yeah.
And was it like
Not everyone's a fan though,
okay. Speak on it.
No, I just mean like if you popular, like I just think it's more like a lot of people know, who I am or have seen me, or I know a lot of people
Uh-huh.
who a lot of people are have seen them,
Have they ever got at you like, oh, he's trying to perpetrate or trying to act like this to get in with this,
Nah, I
be a
think
chameleon over here?
got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't think, I don't know. I never speak on what the fuck's going on in any other people's mind. But like, yeah, I think naturally everyone has a tendency to be like,
But have you felt that? The energy?
no, I've never really felt the energy where someone thinks I'm just like cloud chasing, actually. Like that's actually never something I've experienced because I think when you actually sit down and talk with me,
Mm-hmm.
like I think on the internet maybe that could be a possibility. Like but the way you experience that is you hit someone up and you just get ignored.
Yeah.
Those calculations are happening separated from you. But in person, if I talk to someone, they know I'm not like
Right.
I'm just doing what I do.
Just being me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're going to fuck with me, you're going to fuck with me.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So, I mean, what are some of your fondest moments in high school? I know you was just skating. I know you said you were the popular guy.
My finest moments?
Fondest.
Oh, fondest.
Yeah.
Man, I have a lot of fond moments. Just fucking around with my friends and shit. Like, that's like a big one. I was in my first band in high school.
Okay.
So like we played the like the 12th grade talent show.
What was the name of the band?
The Ridge Rats.
The Ridge Rats.
Yeah, like Northridge Rats.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So it was like a ska mixed with rap mixed with we called it scrap. It was kind of like like Sublime, Slightly Stupid with like kind of more rappy elements to it. I don't know. It was cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did y'all go somewhere with that or
Nah.
just talent shows or what?
No, we actually did. That's just kind of funny. We actually did like my best friend, he was the bassist in the group.
Okay.
And he grew up Buddhist.
Okay.
Jewish and Buddhist. And so basically we did this like temple run of like we played at temples and Buddhist temples.
Temples.
Yeah. So like,
How was that?
it was cool. I mean, like, that's the thing, like all my music stuff and like all my introduction to like my creative things have always kind of been like unconventional like that.
Okay.
So like
Pretty
looking
organic.
back on it,
Yeah.
in the moment, I didn't really, there's a crowd of people, like that shit's tight to me, in my first foray into music, and it's like there's actually people, but looking back on it, I see how funny it is, but like it's also just part of the journey, It's like, the fuck.
I feel you. So as a senior, I'm going to assume you graduated. Did you know what you wanted to do after high school?
I wanted to do this. I wanted to rap. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I never really had.
So no college.
I went to college.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's what I mean. Like,
so that goes back
were
to
you
like,
forced to go to college? Did you have to go to college because you
was
knew,
I forced?
like,
Was I forced to someone hold me down and bring my ass
well,
to college?
when I say forced, your parents expect you to go
Yes.
to college.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So you went to college because of your parents.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I went to college because of me, but I went to college because of strong encouragement from my parents,
Right.
Like,
I only asked because you said you wanted to rap. So we already know, unless you're going to college to learn the business and learn how to be a manager and how not to get screwed in the music business.
Yeah, no, I didn't really think of it like that.
You know what I mean?
Thought of it as just like,
What were your majors?
I was doing marketing for a while,
Okay.
but then I had like,
Which is still kind of in the realm.
yeah. But then I started doing like fucking, what was it, like accounting, AP stats or something like that.
Which is still in the realm.
Yeah, for sure,
You know what I mean?
for sure.
If you think about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually paid the homie to take one of my finals for me.
Not in the realm, but yeah.
Not in the realm.
For sure.
And he failed it. So.
Oh, my God, shit. He took the bread. He took the
Yeah,
bread and
no.
ran.
But anyway, I just wasn't interested in that.
Right,
so I went
right.
into communication studies. In the first class, I was actually it was like intercultural communications. They started talking about NWA somehow.
Okay.
And I was like, what? I was in 2 years of college already, and I never, like had anything that piqued my interest like that.
Yeah.
And like communication studies gives a bad rap, like respectfully. It's just kind of like a lackadaisical, major. But I heard that, and I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
made the right choice.
That's
I'm
what's
with
up. What college was it? Sorry.
it. CSUN.
CSUN. Okay, that's what's up. Did you graduate?
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you graduate with?
Like GPA?
No, major.
Communication studies. I got a bachelor's.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Do you have any kids?
Nah.
No kids. Are you married?
Nah.
Knock on wood. Okay. Why no kids?
I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Like, if I had children, I would want to be able to put like my kids in like position,
Okay.
And I don't want to be, and maybe that could happen, but I don't want to be.
Position. What do you mean?
Like,
Everybody's always saying we're not ready, and then I want to be up. Like what is position?
I guess you're right.
For you?
Let
me back up. Do you want to be married? Because I know you come from that type of establishment.
Yeah, I could see it happening for sure.
So then the next step would be a family, kid.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just asking.
like I haven't really thought about that. Like, actually, I have thought about that, but I haven't like put that into my plans yet. But I've thought about the possibilities of that, and I don't know. I think position for me is not so much like a monetary thing.
Okay.
It's like really I want to be. It's part selfish, but it's also selfless. I think like to want to be where you're at and have like conquered your goals. I feel a real strong like pull to do what I do. So like sometimes I feel like one, I want to be able to accomplish that, and I think kids will kind of like bring me off that road. Excuse me. But
being honest with yourself, right?
But also I don't think I could. On the other end, I don't think I could provide I want to be able to get full me to if I'm making little me's, they need full me. I don't want to be like running around stressing about like, you know.
You want to be there like your parents were there for you.
Exactly.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. All right, so let's get into the love of music. You feel me? How far back can you think when you heard your first record? Like your first record?
Damn, my first record? I don't know about my first record. I know, like, the first time... Yeah, it's funny. It's like, I don't know if my household was, like, super musical. Like, my parents were listening to, like, jazz and stuff.
Okay.
So I can't really remember, like, a record. We weren't, like, bumping music in the house, you know?
But, like, on the weekend, I know you was cleaning. What's mom's playing?
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like that.
Damn,
yeah, that's
okay,
what I'm saying.
okay.
We weren't, like, bumping music like that. So
Okay,
my
okay.
music experience was kind of
You
like...
discovered it yourself then?
Kind of. Like, my parents, like, the first, like musical experience I can, like, really remember is when I was young, and my parents, like, took me to, like, a Brian Setzer concert or something. They had, like, gotten tickets, and it's, like, some swing band shit.
Right.
And, you know, so, like, and then my brother really exposed me to music.
Okay.
Those are, like, my fondest early moments in music.
What was he exposing you
like
to?
Red Hot Chili Peppers, Sublime, Rage Against the Machine, Beastie Boys, even like Run DMC and shit like that. But I didn't realize any of those were rap. Like, I didn't think of Run DMC as rap. I didn't think of
That was
Beastie
the only
Boys.
one I heard you say in regards to rap. I'm not knocking Red Hot Chili and all.
No, that's not. I know, but what I'm saying, like
later on they tried.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I feel you. But like the majority of my music wasn't rap, but my brother would include like certain things in there, like the Beastie Boys or Run.
Right.
And
just so you can get that flavor.
It was just because it was music. It was, it was just the music he liked, so I was gravitating onto that.
Respect.
But I didn't realize none of that was like any of the rap shit. I didn't realize it was rap because it was a majority of this other, thing. So I just accepted like,
right.
This is music.
This is music.
Yeah.
But that's how it's supposed to be, though.
For sure. Yeah. That's why you gotta have people in your life that listen to good music.
I like that you just said that, bro. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. It's just music. You didn't see it as rap. He didn't explain this is rap. Like, it's music. It might be a different sound, different
For
vibe,
sure.
rhythm,
It's just kind of different techniques to express this thing through the art of music.
It's music. You know what I'm saying? Like, why does it have to be broken down into this, that genre? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's helpful. I mean,
it is helpful.
We categorize things.
But if you love music, I love music, bro. I love music. I love music.
Yeah.
So it don't matter what it is. You feel me?
Once for sure. If it's good,
3
it's good.
seconds come on, you hear that. Oh, that's a vibe right there.
Yeah.
That's a vibe. You know what I mean? It just is subjective. Is what it.
Totally.
However you interpret it. Okay, so moms wasn't really playing, and I know pops was just whatever moms we following suit. You feel me? Okay, so when did you pick up your first pen to write your first bar then?
So I would always like write as a young kid.
Okay. What age? How far back you think?
Like, I mean, just like since elementary school. Like, I'm not talking music, just write. Like, I would
poetry.
No, more stories and just
creative writing.
Okay. Yeah, and so my mom and my aunts and all them, like, they was like, you should be a writer. I was always told you should be a writer, like, from when I was young.
Okay.
But by my aunt, my family, everyone like that. But they were, and my teachers and things like that. But they were thinking more creative, like an author.
Okay.
And then
they saw were you reading the stories to them, or like how did?
No, it's just through school and shit like that. You just be writing things, and people are like, "Oh, you got a knack for
But
this."
to say, that's what I'm saying. To say you're an author, they must have saw the work and was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, apparently, I never even really thought about it.
Right.
But yeah,
that's
I
big.
imagine.
You know what I mean? You should be an author.
Yeah. I guess.
For sure.
I guess that's kind of why you need people to see potential in you, and express that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then I heard my brother was playing like around like LimeWire and Kazaa or something, we had like, my dad had like an office and we would go on the computer and like find music and play it. But my brother and his friend were playing, it was either Easy Does It or Boys in the Hood.
Okay.
And I had heard the Dynamite hack, Boys in the Hood. Have you ever heard that?
Dynamite had.
It's like the acoustic version of Boys in the Hood.
Hell no.
Boys in the Hood. It's like a super whack like white boy version of it.
Hell no, I never heard of that.
Yeah. So that was making the rounds with the white people.
Okay. Okay.
But nah.
So is it with the banjo or what?
Nah.
What's the difference?
It's like an acoustic version of it. But what I'm saying is, I had heard Boys in the Hood in that vein before.
Okay.
And then
Before you heard the original?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
it was
God.
fucked up. It's sacrilegious, right? But
so hold on, no, but how did you feel when you heard the original?
dude, it was crazy. That's what I'm saying. This was the moment of my like conception, like my interest in this music thing. Like
Okay.
I heard Boys in the Hood, and I'd always been told I'd been an author, or should be an author, but never had any like musical talent, right? Like no singers in my family or anything like that. So when I heard Boys in the Hood, it was either Easy Does or Boys in the Hood. I think maybe it was both.
Okay.
I was just like, what is this?
Okay.
Like, this dude is not singing, you know? But he's like,
So at this, you still don't know rap.
not really. Like, that's
Okay.
what I'm saying. Like, I heard boys, or BC Boys and shit like that, but like, you know, and that's what I'm saying. They still incorporate different kind of things in that, where you wouldn't be like, this is rap. It's some hip hop elements, you know?
Right.
But yeah, no, this was like my discovery of rap. Kinda.
Okay.
And
So you're hearing it?
so I'm hearing it, and I'm like, damn, this fool's not singing, but it's a song, you know? And that tripped me out. I was like, he's not talking, but he's not singing. You know, what is this thing that's happening? And yeah, no, I heard it, and that's when I started writing. So that was like in like 7th grade, or like 6th or 7th grade.
Okay, 6th or 7th grade.
Yeah.
What was your first? Can you like recite your first little?
No.
You can't.
No, I used to write a lot. I mean, like I have like I could start. I have a video actually out that I like compare. I rapped over that Still Tippin' instrumental.
Still tipping on 4/4.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I got a video where I'm like rapping to it in like 9th grade.
Okay.
And it's funny. It's like, I'm real quick to spit about bitches and real shit.
Let's
but
go.
I'm biked up and drove out, so I can't feel shit. You
Okay.
hit me, I can't feel shit. You see it, I'ma steal it.
Okay.
Like a swagger jacker. It's just some
Come
bullshit.
on, baby. Let
Yeah.
him know.
Yeah,
Let him know.
this is terrible, but
But still,
Yeah,
that young, getting it in.
yeah, for sure. I mean, at the time, that was necessary,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
Working on your craft, honing it in.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's up.
You got to
That's what's
figure it out.
What was your first song you recorded?
Like official song.
Yeah.
Probably with that band that I was saying, the Ridge Rats.
Okay.
Yeah, we did like a 4-song like EP. We like actually went in and like hired this guy to.
Also,
you
so
know.
y'all did try to make something of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Two of the people in the band were like pretty like musically talented, and they had families of musicians and stuff. So their understanding was a little different
Of the
than
business
mine.
and
Yeah,
let's
exactly.
do this correctly if we're gonna do it.
Yeah,
Get the
and
right
like
people
at that
behind
time
us.
we were like super young, so like
Who'd
we
you
had
guys
like
go to?
parents pitching in and stuff like that. So it was like
Who'd you guys go to?
we actually went to this guy that like did. There's a band called RX Bandits, and they're like some ska band. I didn't really listen to them much growing up, but one of the kids did, and we went to some sound engineer. And like looking back, he did a lot of work for us. And music and recording costs a lot of money. Like if you do it professionally like that, it costs a lot of money.
Right.
So who knows? We might have got ripped off. We might have not. I have no idea.
Right,
you know.
Right. How do you feel about your old songs now? Like, Pocket Check or a song like you did for Beat Team Supreme?
That's funny. The guy that I was in the band with did that Team Supreme.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about those
That's the
songs
homie
now?
Eli, the Grateful Head. Shout out.
Thinking back, shout out.
I was actually just listening to the album that Pocket Check was on two nights ago with the homie, and I was talking about this last night. Actually, my voice is so much different on that music,
Okay.
and that's like one of the main things. It's like
When you
it's
say
funny.
so much different, is it because you've perfected the way you want to sound now?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Are you rapping different? No?
Like there's a little bit of like different style, stylistically, but
Right. Not really.
yeah, I mean like kind of, but just like the tone of the voice is different. So like that's something that really resonates with me. But like I love all my old shit. I
Okay.
love it.
were you? You feel you giving it more passion now?
I think when you start something and you have no idea of what it could become, I think that's actually, it's almost like being a child, you know? When you make your first music, I think that might be the most passion you'll ever put into something,
Right.
you know, because it's just unadulterated. It's not like bogged down by anything.
Yeah.
But I've definitely put more dedication into it now, you know?
Right.
And there's still passion in it.
Okay. What inspired you to pursue a career in music, just in general? What inspired? What you think was that spark, if you can pinpoint it?
I just don't. I. I mean, hearing that first, first track, and that kind of got me into it. And then that's just kind of what I feel like I'm supposed to do. You know, That's it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really have like
A drawn out like.
I mean, I'm telling you,
moment.
I'm not getting crazy paid off of this.
Right.
So it's definitely not money, or like, yeah, I feel like it's what I should do. I feel like if you're blessed with like a talent to do something, like, it might be kind of a shame to not like explore that and try and like refine that, because the world deserves like whatever you're talented at.
I respect that. I like that. Could you give us a idea like your creative process when you write lyrics or picking beats?
My creative process has kind of like changed up a little bit. Like I used to not write anything. It was all written in
Off
my
the dome?
head.
Okay.
No, not in the dome, but just like written in my head.
Okay.
Like I was mentioning to you earlier, off camera, I used to drive from, Porter Ranch area to Venice every day for work.
Right.
And so I'm writing in traffic. And obviously I'm not like writing down in my notes app or whatever. So like a lot of my raps have been written, even younger, have been written like just in my head. But my creative process now is like, I work with some producers, like, people I know, but a lot of the time I just, recently I just go online and just find, music I'm vibing with. They're like type beats and shit like that, excuse me. Type beats and yeah, I just write to it and feel it and vibe, drink, smoke a little bit and like,
Zone out.
Yeah, it has to, usually I have to like feel it, It's just something that hits you. It's like when you hear a song and you like it.
When you approach it, do you automatically know, okay, I'm gonna approach it like this, rapping, a little singing vibe, or
Yeah, usually I have an idea of how
you
I'm gonna
hear
go
it
about
right
it.
off,
Yeah,
right off back? How you
Yeah.
want to approach it?
yeah, I can't completely hear it in my head, which is why like getting on a microphone is really nice because you can start to like, especially if you're recording yourself, you can start to kind of figure that part out.
Right.
But I have an idea of where it's going. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. How was it making a 118 West in 2018?
So that was the guy I was mentioning earlier. My boy Eli. He's the Grateful Head. He goes by the Grateful Head.
Okay.
It was dope, man. That project was probably my like that was my baby. Like I really like put a lot into that. Like just it was a summation of where I was and like it
Why
was
you
just
say
a
baby though?
what you say?
Why you say baby? That was your baby.
Because I really took a lot of care into doing that album. Like I said, I was listening to it the other day, and if you listen to that album, there's an intro on it. I pulled audio from like walking out of Coachella. Like I just random voice recordings. We made like a whole soundscape off of like audio recordings that I had done. And there was a lot of like foley, or however you say it, and skits and things like that. And it was intentional. It was just, we really paid attention to how that album, or at least I feel like I paid attention to how that album was like envisioned in my mind.
Okay.
And how I can get it to that point.
The approach.
Yeah.
Yeah. You took your time.
Yeah. And I ended up doing like, I did merch for it. I ended up doing a big event for it as well. And it was cool. I had like 150, 200 people show out, liquor sponsor, like it was dope.
Dope.
Yeah, that album was good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who were all the producers on it?
It was just one producer for the most part, my boy Eli Eisler.
Okay. Okay.
And then my buddy John Durant, he goes by Shady MFJ. He did like an intro track on it, and then he helped with a lot of the soundscape stuff.
Okay. Okay. How was it shooting Pocket Check?
That was cool. That was just honestly like a lot of the videos at that time.
Yeah.
That's what I love about these videos in that area is because that was like a 2-shot type video. We just pulled over to the side of the road and shot that video in like 20 minutes.
Guerrilla style.
Yeah.
I like
yeah.
it.
All of them were like that, actually.
Yeah.
It was pretty dope.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I like the video, vertical video directed by Luke Creative.
That's the same guy who did Pocket Check.
Yeah, okay, for sure.
And we did that in the same vein, bro. I just hit him up. We were like, you know, let's shoot this video or whatever. He liked the cover I did of it was the XXX Tentacion song.
Yeah, that was hard. That was hard.
Bro, that was
That's one of the ones I was looking at, you know what I mean, when I was like going through your show. I was like, oh, this thing, all right, for sure.
Yeah, appreciate that, bro.
Because I fuck with XXX. You know
yeah, bro, me too. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, rest in peace, rest in peace. Go ahead.
But yeah, that was fun. We just like took the line down to like Hollywood and then got stuck out there, had to Uber back, and then, you know, really shoot the video for like an hour or something, an hour and a half. And, you know, got that.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Also, like, Who's Diana? Hear Me, you did in 2022. Rule, you did in 2023.
Yeah.
Thinking back, what's one of your favorite right now today? What's one of your favorite tracks?
I have a song called Why You Lying.
Okay.
And it's WYL.
Okay.
And I was with my boy Keith Rice. He's the one who produced Turbo. And that song's just like, that's the song's a special one, you know? It's just, I don't know. It's a jam. That's definitely one of my favorites. But I have a lot of favorites, bro.
But why that one, though?
I don't know. The music was dope. Just the sample, everything like that. Like, musically, all that shit was cool. But, like, just, I really like the way I wrote the verses. There's also, like, a weird, like, fact that, like, right before we released the album, we switched it's a 2-verse song. We switched the order of the verses. So we made the second verse the first verse.
Okay.
Like, 20 minutes before we submitted the album.
Only you would know.
Yeah, it's just weird, you know, shit like that. Like, there's like history in these songs, like, you know, and that one has a particular like timestamp to it.
Right. Okay. The song Red Light, what's the deeper meaning to it?
Red Light was like
I heard Red Light and I'm like, okay, he talking on here. What I need to know. Break it down.
Red Light was just kind of like, I mean, we kind of explained it in the video too, like, not explained it, but like tried to kind of get the feeling of the video in these like, the video's about like multiple lives. If you watched it, you can see like basically it's me, my characters, you know, I think he like overdoses and then he gets shot back to like what's the Matrix, you know, the white scene, and then he goes back into the world and then he like crashes.
I need to know where that came from.
Because I've made a lot of bad decisions.
Come on, let's talk about it.
So I made like, you know, I was saying like, oh, my parents, you know, raised me like very good and all that. Around like 11th grade, I started like really like messing up and you know, just
whatever
like,
you feel comfortable talking about.
No, I'm not tripping. I got introduced to weed and, you know, whatever. I was just getting super faded. And then, like, you know, that just led into, like, everybody. I'm not saying I do or don't do any of this stuff, but everybody at that time was, like, you know, getting into, like, Xanax and, like, you know, we were all on Vicodins and all this shit and, like, triple C's. And, you know, everybody was just kind of going wild. Ecstasy was super popping at that time. Like, you know, all these, like, kind of crazy, like, heroin. Like, people were, like, all those drugs were, like, hitting the Valley hard. And I hung out with a lot of different groups, like I mentioned earlier. So I found myself exposed to a lot of these things. And just throughout life, you know, like, you kind of, like, you know, Red Light was really just, like,
an expression.
An expression of kind of, like, these moments, which it's, like, they're seemingly like, you know, not super important, or they're fun in the moment, but like they could, you know, be something like detrimental, you know? And so Red Light was just kind of that exploration of like how many close calls, you know, can you have before you're like called.
I just wanted you to break it down to the people. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because I like the visuals on that.
I appreciate that, bro.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So how do you stay authentic and true to yourself in this industry known for trends and influences?
I don't ever like music wise, like lyrically, I don't really like, I try and stay tapped in as possible to like what's happening, but like I just write music in a way that's like I always reference these two artists because I heard an Amy Winehouse interview talking about songwriters, and she's like, great songwriters like Carole King and James Taylor and all this, and so like I'm trying to write those kind of songs.
Right.
So I'm not really thinking like, you know, sometimes I'll throw stuff in there that's like current and things like that, but I'm not really thinking like that. Like I'm trying to write a song that like I can still listen to my old stuff, and like if I put it out, if I played it for someone, they wouldn't be like, oh, you must have released this long ago. You talking about, you know, like jerking or something, you know? It's like,
Not so dated.
nah, yeah. I try not to date it, you know?
I feel you. I feel you. Would you rather be signed or independent, and why?
I think I don't have a choice, so independent.
You always have a choice.
Well, if you're presenting me this choice right now, if I have one pill and it's independent, one pill it's, you know, signed, I would say independent.
Okay.
I'm a control freak.
Okay.
Yeah, I love like being involved in every aspect of it. So I feel like, you know,
if you were signed, you don't think they would relinquish that control to you?
no, I think, I mean, there's a certain expectation of being signed where it's like, you know, there's a strategy involved, and there's people getting paid to implement a strategy, and like when you're doing that, like to me, you know, I don't know because I ain't been signed, but like, you know, the idea that like if we couldn't pivot at a certain point because like you don't like the way something's going or whatever, like, you know,
Right.
it might be a blessing and curse for me because I've done that a lot where I'll be doing, you know, a rollout one way, and I'll be like, hey, fuck this, I'm gonna.
Like that verse last minute that you switched around.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. You're
Yeah.
an impulse.
Yeah.
That's
Very
good.
impulse and intuition.
Do you think that
It's a balance.
hinders you in
Yeah,
regards to your career?
for sure, 100%. Yeah, but I think it also helps me. I think it, like what you just asked earlier, I think that allows me to remain true to, you know, what I think is right. And that can only resonate with other people, you know.
Respect.
But yeah, it hinders you. You know, you mess up if you kind of don't stick to the plan sometimes.
Right. What message or theme do you want to convey through your music for people?
That's a good one. You know, throughout my like different kind of songs, I think I usually want to convey something like every time. I'm trying to just convey, you know, emotion that I have or an experience that I've been through or something that I recognize, and hopefully someone else, you know, obviously with there's 7 billion people, someone's got to have, you know, experienced this and might need some different perspective on it. So maybe perspective is something I want to give people. Mm-hmm. And also, you know, more specifically, like I do find myself talking a lot about like, not so much like currently, but like I do like to mention like kind of like drug use and things like that, and kind of play with like the fun of things, but also like the dastardly effects of things.
Mm-hmm. Both sides, both perspectives.
Yeah, duality.
But you're not like,
I'm not preaching.
okay, you're not like Future saying this, but I'm doing this.
Yeah, I'm not preaching either way, really.
Right.
You know?
Okay. How do you stay versatile with your lyrics and content? Being creative and everything like that.
I just work with different people. Yeah, like working with different people, that's the easiest way for me, you know?
How are you finding these people?
Just through the universe connecting me. I used, you know, I've been working retail like on the side, like as a side gig, you know, for a lot of years. And, you know, it's like you just get trained to like be able to approach people and talk to people. One of my most recent collaborators, this guy Patrick that I've been working with, Patrick Breen, shout out him. I met him. I was like on just on the block on Abbot Kinney after work one day, and I was smoking a joint, and he was walking by with his girlfriend and his sister and her boyfriend, and they were just kind of walking the block having a fun time, and they were talking about music, and I just went up to him and started talking to him, and we like now we're working together. Like we've been working together, shot multiple music videos, so like I just let the universe do its like thing, you know.
I'm gonna go off subject real quick. Tell me about your grandmother's spray painted Snoop car. Everybody know her in the valley.
Yeah,
when
yeah.
she hit the block. What's up with that?
So
where'd that come from?
So I was working in Venice for like 8 years, and this is actually kind of crazy story. So I have a tape called Produce.
Okay.
And so
when did that come out?
That came out. I don't know, like a year before 118. Okay. So whenever that is, I lose track of time. So like, maybe like
2017.
Okay, yeah. See that. So this probably came out in like 2015, and I was working in Venice, and I actually was on the corner, and I had seen this artist that was on the wall, a spray paint artist, a graffiti artist, and Jules Muck, and I just seen her work like everywhere, all the way up. And I was on the corner going back to work from break, and I was like, I want to have my like mixtape. I was tweeting some shit out like trying to have my mixtape covered, painted by Jules Muck. Okay. And I swear to God, I sent that shit, and I looked up, and there was a cafe like on the corner, and she's sitting right there, and I was like, no way, like
that's fate.
Yeah. So I went up to her. I was like, I just had to share that experience. I was like, check this out, you know?
And what was her response?
Yeah, she was stoked.
Right.
She's
Did she believe you, or you be like, bro, you just
No,
saw
she believed me. She's like an enigma. She's like, she's like some kind of otherworldly being. So like, if you ever met her, you would understand. Like, okay. But she, we ended up becoming like really good friends from that, and so. She ended up spray painting my grandma's car with the Snoop mural on the front and the 40 ounce on the side. But my grandma was like, oh, it's like a 93 Ford Explorer or something. And she's like, I gotta get a paint job, like, the paint's chipping. And
Your grandmother says this to you, I need to get a paint job. The paint is chipping.
Yes, my grandma says that to me. And then she says, does your friend paint cars? And I said, yeah, she'll paint your car. So I drive it down to Venice, and then next thing I know, we're just kind of cracking up, and she starts painting a 40 on my grandma's car, pouring out on the side, like a big mural on the side of it. And then that turned into doing like, she was going to do Nate Dogg, but she ended up doing Snoop Dogg, I think, because we found a better picture of Snoop Dogg.
When you're seeing the 40 being turned, pouring over, you're not thinking that your grandmother at this point? My
grandma's cool, bro. I record all my music at my grandma's house.
Okay.
Me and my grandma are like.
Let me not stereotype your grandmother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so you finish your story.
So I take it back, and she's like, well, she wasn't expecting. She was expecting something. Okay. And she's like, what is this? Like, she's like, you missed the third side. So we took it back, and she put some daisies on the other side.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's what's up.
No one talks about the daisies, though.
They just talk about Snoop on the hood. Yeah. I caught wind of that story. I just thought I'd ask you.
That's funny.
Who were some of your biggest musical influences, and how have they shaped the style of your...
I think a lot of like 90s, like Tribe kind of stuff, and Eazy-E. When I listened to Eazy-E, I went into this weird, that was in middle school, and I went into this weird, like hole of 80s rap.
Okay.
And so that's what I was listening to, like a lot of like underground 80s rap. It was the weirdest thing to kind of like figure out, but I feel like that gave me like a grasp on like the real like history of like a lot of like hip hop shit. And
so you like going back and getting the rich knowledge of...
At the time I did.
Okay.
Because it felt like I had like discovered something. And I was like, what is this? Right. You know, it was weird. I was like really like into it. But because of that, I didn't even listen to like, I was so entrenched in the Easy thing that when they when I got up to the point in the history where him and Dre were beefing, because Dre was still alive, I was like, I'm not gonna listen to like Eminem or anything like that, because he's like a Dre. Yeah, so I didn't listen to Eminem.
Oh my God.
So like all my influences, like growing up, like in music, Bone Thugs and Harmony is a big one.
Yeah.
I actually got to interview Crazy Bone for my my senior project.
Okay.
Yeah, his stepdaughter was like in one of my classes, and you know she hooked it up, and so that was like a pretty cool moment for me.
That's what's like. What was the interview about?
I was just talking about, I forgot, I was writing like a senior essay on like basically the art of hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
and,
all right.
Yeah, it was cool.
You still got it?
No.
Bro. Did you record it or?
No. Oh, I got the essay. Yeah, I didn't record it.
Oh, you sat down and did it. Oh,
to be honest, my career path is full of a lot of moments that are pretty like, some people might be like, damn, that's super tight.
Yeah.
But like, it just is what it is.
That's crazy. My next question is, would you be able to share a memorable moment or experience through your careers thus far?
That's funny.
That's literally the next question, dog.
Yeah, I got a lot of shit.
Well, one of your most memorables.
My most memorables. I mean, yeah, like I performed at like the Roxy, Sold Out. That was when Kid Ink was popping.
Okay.
Yeah, and he had that track "Time of Your Life" that was going.
You opened up for him?
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's what's up. Sold Out, bro. That's the Roxy.
Yeah, no, it was sick.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I performed at the Troubadour. I mean, obviously, like, you know, he sold out the Roxy, but we were playing to like a
That's
packed,
eyes and ears. You
for
feel me?
sure. Yeah, it was
All
fun.
eyes and ears.
Yeah, man, I just had a lot of like weird moments. Is this specifically music?
In your career, just in general.
Yeah, I get you.
It could have been when you got off stage and you had 5 back at the room.
Nah, I ended up at Vin Diesel's house one time.
Okay.
Super random. That was like pretty crazy.
Can you talk about it?
We ended up like going to, like, I met someone through my work, and I went to go like deliver him something after I got off, and then that ended up being like, oh, come to this party in the hills, and I walk in. And she's like, oh, it's Vin Diesel's house. And I was like, thinking they maybe rented Vin Diesel's old pad or something. Right. And I walk in, and this fool's in here in the kitchen. Like, I'm a figment of your imagination. Like, it was some weird shit. Like some weird party vibe. Not anything like...
What Vin Diesel is this? Is this
this
Fast
is right
Furious
after...
1 or
no,
Fast
this
Furious,
is... Well,
Furious 28?
This is crazy, bro.
Which one?
Vin Diesel's going to come get me, but I'm telling you, this is right after Paul Walker passed.
Oh, shit.
R.I.P. So that was when that movie came out, and he had that scene, you know, in the end where they played the Bruno Mars track.
Yeah.
See You Again.
Yeah.
And this one...
Wiz. That's not Bruno.
That's Wiz. And
Bruno's on that?
I think so.
Oh, I guess so.
I might be wrong.
Maybe I don't know if it's Bruno. I know Wiz for sure. He blew up on that joint.
So he's basically at this party I went to. They were like doing karaoke.
Okay.
And this fool has like a bunch of projectors on his, you know, walls and stuff like that. So, but it was funny, like not funny, kind of funny, but also sad. This fool was singing that song like 4 times in a row, bro. The full song, karaoke into everyone. Like
right after this.
Yeah, kind of like pretty much.
Still, yeah.
Was
he like cup in hand, like sobbing?
He was on the floor, like rolling around. I'm telling you.
Exclusive.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, it's
rolling
crazy.
around.
Yeah, I don't know. It was wild. Like,
and everybody's just sitting there watching.
You ever seen like Chappelle when he's doing I forgot he's doing the impression of it. Yeah, like
Rick
in
James.
it. Yeah, it's like he's just in it, right?
Yeah.
And it was Vin James right there.
Is anybody laughing? Anybody like Vince? Get up.
Everybody's having a good time. Yeah, like he was in it. Like
it was a vibe.
It was his
own vibe.
Yeah, it was his vibe.
His own vibe. For sure.
Yeah, but
how'd that night end, let's say?
It ended with me, I was with, you know, the person that I went to go meet up with. They were like, I was downstairs in the living room rolling up with Vince's bodyguard, security guy or whatever, I don't know, his friend, I'm not sure who he was, but I'm rolling up, and I hear, like, I don't know, like, he's like, was basically like, I don't know. Actually, you know what?
Next subject. How has rap evolved over the years to you? And yeah,
I think it's been like how
and
it
where?
should, how it should,
Okay.
you know? It just all goes how it should, right? Like, I think it'll come back around to a more like maybe, it's like the way like rock, you go through the 80s and then the 90s with like grunge and then like, it all just is cyclical. So it's going how it should.
Where do you think it's going to go in the future?
I think it'll probably like, we'll maybe see more like stripped down things, like more like raw. I think people are going to maybe more resonate with, I mean, this is all just theoretical, who knows? But like maybe people will resonate with like a more raw, stripped down vocal. Like, you see a lot of this like super mixed stuff, and it's hard for people to perform live, So like
That's a fact.
yeah.
The
And
music can be good, but once you get on that stage,
yeah, it's difficult. So it doesn't resonate. And then at the end of the day, I mean, like, how long can we like be like selling people like digital like nothingness? I feel like at a certain point, people are gonna want something.
right? That's what's up. What challenges have you faced so far as a rapper, and how have you overcome them?
Um, just being like being dedicated to your craft in the face of not having like immediate satisfaction and things like that. Like, it's like a very self-propelling career. You
What
have to.
what right now would be satisfaction for you in your career right now?
Um, I mean, like, recently I've been kind of like switching on this like a lot, but something that would be cool for me, a path that would be cool for me would be to be able to like really not have to do other odds and ends to be financially supported. Like, I could just do music. Like, I could just like get money off of selling music, But as you start to get, more and more in this, and more recently, I've started to realize like selling music is a very hard thing because it's we're at a point in the game where there's so many people doing this that I feel like you're almost asking a favor of people to listen to music, instead of really what it is in reality is that there's this amazing piece, for the most part, there's an amazing piece of art that the artist has put, a lot of like soul and passion into, and they're allowing you to have it for free.
And critique it.
Yeah, and critique it. Do whatever you want with it. But, because it's so available, it almost seems like a nuisance, so.
I like that. It almost seems like a nuisance. What advice would you give to an aspiring rapper looking to break in the industry?
I don't know, because like these young kids, they got it figured out. Like, I still feel young, but like young, like people hopping on Instagram and stuff, like it's a different world, So like,
do you feel
there are things I can't comment on in the ways of like strategy, but I would say that like for the most part, it's a wicked game. This is a wicked game. So like, don't expect like you're going to have moments where you might question, what is going on. Like, I don't understand. It's difficult, and it'll weed out a lot of those people that maybe aren't really like passionate about it. So I would just, any advice I'd give to anyone interested in doing something, do it, try it, see what you like about it. But if you don't get immediate results, like, that's not abnormal.
right? Stay consistent.
Yeah, stay consistent. You will see growth.
Let's talk about your first performance this year in February. How did you feel getting back on stage?
It was cool. It was a small thing. Actually, some lady came into the spot that I was working at, and she had just mentioned like this like little performance thing I could hop on, and yeah, I did it. It was dope. I realized actually about that performance that the crowd I was in, like the space I was in, it was like kind of like more like where you would find like a jazz band or something, like smaller, more intimate. I was like, this is kind of like my vibe. I like this. Like, I like being able to, because I performed at like, you know, I've done bigger shows and stuff like that, but like sometimes my music I feel like caters more towards like that, you know, more intimate vibe. Like I can really connect. I have a better job, or I do a better job connecting with people one on one, you know. So,
Have you ever went into a venue and saw the vibe and said, "Let me change my set"? Since you
um,
like to change things
yeah, I've done that. I've
drastically.
done that before. I actually did it at that performance you're talking about.
Okay.
But I've also gone through. Like I opened for Shoreline
Uh huh.
at Los Globos when
Okay.
the hurricane flood, or
Okay.
excuse me, the hurricane floods, the Houston hurricanes were happening,
Okay.
like years back, and they were doing like a Houston relief concert. So I
Uh-huh.
opened. I, uh, at that time I was like tapped in with their manager, and so like I got to open for them, and I remember walking up on that stage. I would have liked to change my set, but I just had to rock it, and like it was funny. It was
Was they
kind of like,
fucking with you?
I mean, the crowd was packed. The crowd was crazy. So like, there were definitely some people that are like, "What?" When you hop up on a hip hop show like that and you got a cowboy hat on, you know, it's like, it's questionable,
Uh-huh.
and it's understandably questionable. So
Well, I only asked. You said that was the vibe that you would rather be in.
no, I'm saying like I might have switched my vibe. All right, might have switched my set list for.
That.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like
Okay.
I don't think my music that I had chose particularly, like I did Pocket Check at
Okay.
and so you imagine like people that listen to Shoreline hearing Pocket Check, it's kind of a, you know, it's
Yeah. Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
still hip hop. I
Yeah.
actually had a producer approach me after that, like a Dreamville producer,
Okay.
and he ran up on me after the show. So it did something, but you
Man, you
know,
dropping a lot of names. Let me hear who you've opened up for. Fuck that.
I ain't open up for shit. That's like it's
I
that's what I
heard
was saying.
Shoreline. I heard the other big one you
Yeah,
said.
but these are all small, like kind of opportunities. Like that's the thing. Also, go back to what you asked me, advice I would give to an artist. Like, there's nothing that's the end all be all.
Uh huh.
Like,
But why are you looking at it as small? Like you opened up for these people.
yeah, no, it's cool, but it's all a matter of perspective. Like, I don't just. It's great. It's amazing.
For
Like
sure.
I
That's
yeah.
exposure for sure. You
For
can
sure,
say
it's
that.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing,
Yeah.
but
But
everything can be amazing. You know, it doesn't have to be attached to anyone's name or anything like that. It's really just a matter of how you leverage it. And I at that time was probably operating in a way that like, and even still, like your ego comes in and you just say like, I don't need to be fucking dropping names, but you know, whatever, your ego comes in and to make yourself comfortable, you attach yourself to something with some value. So like, yes, it's amazing, but at the same time, like,
working in this business, I know you're trying to be humble. I know you're trying to be not that guy. You know what
nah,
I mean? No,
nah.
no, I'm just saying, working in this business, it's like, it's all about who you know. It's all about not so much name dropping, but it's like, yo, yeah, I fuck with, you know what I mean? I did that. You know what I mean? Well, oh, for real? Oh, that manager, like you just said, I met this manager at that
Yeah.
show. Oh, for real? It's all about connections. Who you know? I'm not saying it like, oh, yeah, I did this,
So
I
it's
did that.
so my connections are more. You asked who I opened up for. I don't got any like that's not my realm of what I've explored. But I will give myself credit to where I've like just as how call back to what we were talking about, like different friend groups and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I've done that same thing as an adult. You know, so like I know a lot of people.
Right.
You know, so it's been a blessing and a curse because it's like when you work at a restaurant and you want to go eat there, it's like your girl wants to eat there because she's like, oh, that restaurant you work at is so fire.
Right, right.
But then you're like, they got roaches in the rice. You know, like it's,
I know the real.
yeah. So like, when you ask me that question, it's like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I know fucking people, just like everyone who's been in the
Everybody,
industry
right.
for a while knows
Exactly.
somebody, you know?
Tell me about the album Turbo. Came out in December. Your favorite track? Yanetta?
Yaneda.
Yanetta.
Yaneda.
Tell me about the album, man.
Um, that album, that album was special. That was a project I did with Keith Rice.
Okay.
He produced the whole thing. One track was co-produced with Eli, or he basically produced the whole thing. The album Turbo, The Unseen Reality Behind Ourselves. That was
again.
like
Hold on, because I didn't know that. Say it again.
That was something kind of attributed to the word after, because I was just like, oh, that's kind of dope.
I was going to ask you where's the inspiration come for the name, but go ahead, say it again.
Turbo, The Unseen Reality Behind Ourselves.
Respect. I like that.
So the album was like a 3.5-year project that I did, and that I was just talking about this the other day, because that album really it was produced in so many different places. Like we were in the cut at my boy Keith's like apartment, like, you know, over here at Tarzana, very special studios. Shout out Java. We were recording there. We did his NoHo location. I'm recording at my grandma's house. Like, I mean, that album
Shout
traveled.
Out G-Moz for letting you record there, man.
Yeah, like no, G-Moz a real.
Very supportive.
I love my grandma for sure.
Right.
Yeah, like that album was such a. I feel like when you release an album now, if you have a lot of features on it, you either do like one of two things. It's a collaboration album where you have like Dreamville, or you have like how like Future and Metro just released that. I don't know how many features they got on it, but that you do this thing where it's like no names on the
right,
songs.
Right.
So it's like I put together a project, and I like sharing the love. So I just had everybody on it. Like I think there's like 8 features on that album.
Mm.
So like that album to me like really represented like what it was at the time. Like for that 3-year period, like, you know, it was the people I was around, it was the feelings I was feeling. It wasn't really made like with the specific purpose of, you know, like 118West. I had this story, like this idea in my head about making that album, but this one was just like I felt like I was like falling back in love with like making the music, like just as a thing, you know, and no expectations necessarily, but like knowing we were gonna put like time and like energy into it.
Did you get to do any songs off the album for this recent performance?
Yeah. I always incorporate like the newer stuff into the set, but
how was it received?
It was good. That's the thing. Like when it's a more intimate crowd like that, it's like I have a confidence in my ability to be able to connect like on a smaller scale like that. And it's funny because a lot of those people weren't even expecting like what I was saying, you walk up with a cowboy hat. Like sometimes that can like work for you really well because people are like surprised, you know, they're just like, what is going on? Right. But like, you know.
He's got his own vibe.
Yeah.
What about the song that Yeneda? Tell me about it. Why is that your favorite one?
It's just dope, bro. You heard it. It's fly, you know, you get into it. I just like the rap, bro. I felt like I was like really on my shit as a rapper on that one. Like sometimes I feel like anyone who does anything creatively, like you can recognize when you were just pulling from something that's like, you know, flow state.
Right.
Yeah, so that one was just like, it was good. It felt good. It feels good still. Like the only regret I have is I mean, if you listen to it, you'll notice the beat goes, you know, instrumental for like quite a bit after after my verse.
Yeah.
And there was space for a verse, and I'd actually sent that song out to. What's crazy, bro, is I sent that song out to the industry's crazy. When you do this music shit, I sent that song out, that fire ass song, to a lot of people, bro.
Okay.
And no one bit. Like, didn't even send me a verse back type.
Can you give a name who you sent it out to?
Nah, I wouldn't give a name, but like, yeah, like people.
Okay.
You know?
Some people.
Yeah.
And nobody bit.
Nah, but that's the thing.
Did
like,
anybody like reach back out, say, "Oh, this is a vibe," or?
People always reach back out because that's how it is.
Respectful thing to do.
Yeah. But you know what I will say? It's funny. Everything you're saying to me makes me recall what I would give advice to a younger artist. And you have to be really egoless, but you have to know your worth. And LA is crazy. I'm pretty sure it's like specifically here, but like media in general is like the proper thing. You just said, the proper thing to do is, you know, entertain the interaction.
It's depending on where you want the trajectory of your career to go You're gonna play the game or not.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
gonna be
yes.
authentic, true to yourself or not.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But you have to accept that playing the game at certain levels requires people to maybe not, it might seem respectful to respond to someone cordially, but really when you're hungry for this shit, you probably would rather not want a response.
Right.
Like, don't even do that with me.
Right.
Like, let's cut that.
Let me at least believe you probably didn't get it, or you know what I mean, your manager didn't
exactly.
send it to you, or
exactly. Yeah. But even then, if your ego's getting at you, you'd be like, oh man, they don't even respond to me.
Right.
Yeah. So that's shit. Destroy the ego. That's the advice I would give to anybody.
All in all, where you see the album going?
I see the album. I don't know. I see the album going as high as it can.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think. I feel like there's such a shelf life on music that's been imposed by how we digest media, and I think it's kind of giving people this false pretense that your project can't last a certain amount of time. But like, I'm of the firm belief that if someone hasn't heard it, it's new. And especially in this day and age, like, I think it's even more like you're even more able to shovel off something that's old and just repackage it. Like, people aren't doing the research,
Right.
Right. So yeah, like, just I see Turbo going for a while longer, and I'm making music currently. Maybe Turbo too. Who knows?
I fuck with it. Are your parents proud of what you become? I know you say you keep it separate, but like, just the man you've become, your success.
Yeah, I think my parents have a certain respect for me. I think, like, my family life is really separate in that way. So, like.
But I know success is subjective, but like.
They appreciate me as a man, I think. Yeah, I think so. For sure, they respect me. I wouldn't, my parents wouldn't like continue like communication if their son wasn't like someone they respected. Like, my parents don't do that. Like, they just, you're going to be this way. You are going to be to a standard of, our liking. So like, yeah, I'm keeping busy and they're happy with it, I think.
Respect.
Yeah.
What advice would you give your younger 21 self? Let's go 19-year-old self.
I would, don't get in that car. I would say maybe be less ego, more humble, less humble, and like be more consistent, like consistency, and then probably do like 50 sit-ups a day, Like, but other than that, like, I don't know. I think I'm where I should be. I don't know if I'd want to change anything.
Okay, that's my next question. Do you have any regrets?
Yes,
in life so far?
Yes, but I don't know if I'd change them. I've been in times and moments where I've done too much or too little, and there's always regrets, but those are lessons learned, so positives.
I got you. What is your 5 to 10 year plan from here?
Oh, shit, man.
Let's go.
What the hell? Man, I'm gonna just keep doing music. Like I started doing a merch line, so GG Face Co. That's what I named it.
Shout it out.
Yeah, gg.face.co. Yeah, so I plan to be kind of trying to leverage the music in a way that I can incorporate. I'm really heavily influenced, like I like art, making art, and I shape hats and stuff like that. Like, I do things like creative things really like fuel me. So I want to be able to leverage more of my creative ability and incorporate it into the music in these next couple of years to a way where, it's hard to sell music. Like, it's really hard to sell music, and streaming is, it can work, but that's also it's a mission too. So while I'm trying to accomplish those things, I feel like my next step in this creative landscape is to find ways to leverage my creative passion to actually make some money, you know?
Do you have a team working with you?
Nah.
So it's all you.
Yeah, I do. I mean, like, when I say I don't have a team, like, I don't want to discredit, like, I have a lot of people I work with, but I facilitate, like, everything. I do my own artwork. If I don't do it by hand, I facilitate it getting done. My boy Keith Rice, he produced the whole Turbo album, you know, but we sent it off to get mixed. You know, I'm sending it to the homie to get mixed. I'm sending it to the homie to get mastered. Like, no team. So I'm a control freak, like I mentioned earlier. So it's kind of by choice.
I got you. What's the end game?
The end game is just to be happy. You know?
Happiness?
Yeah. Well, you know, actually, no, that's wrong. The end game is not to be happy.
That's
The
a little
end game is
cliche.
to be content. You know, content. Well, I don't say happy because you can't always be happy.
Right.
But the end game is to be in a place where I can really support myself off of my creative passions, and then be able to help facilitate that for other people. Like, I'd love to do that. The end game, man, I'd like to shoot some movies. Like, I'd love to shoot some movies.
So you want to act as well?
I would love to act. I would love to shoot movies. I would love to direct movies. You know, like, I have my...
It's that creativeness in you that wants to do it.
I wanted to do comedy before, you know, like that. Like, I don't think I could ever do comedy, but like that process interests me a lot.
Have you ever tried it?
No.
Amongst the friends? Like,
yes, I have, and they hate it.
It ain't the vibe. Maybe that ain't for you.
No. My jokes fall flat.
Have you ever done any like acting though?
No, not really.
No?
Like in my music videos a little
background. So while you're doing the music videos, do you like that vibe?
I get shy in front of the camera, for sure. But the thing is, like, I could do it. I'm here.
Right.
Like,
but you're like that creative. If you have an idea, you want to.
It's something I would like to explore. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
Well, again, man, ONEgWEST.
Yeah, man.
The guy that came through to sit down with your boy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, bro. Appreciate you having me out.
Coming through, and I learned a lot, man.
Yeah.
From the vibe. No,
yeah,
for real.
We worked through it.
We worked through it, like you said in the beginning. Again, man, thank you. Go ahead and shout out your socials.
ONEgWEST, ONEgWEST. That's pretty much it on everything. I got my merch line that I've been doing. gg.face.co. Yeah, Spotify, iTunes, all that. I mean, shit. Buy the merch.
Buy the merch. Buy the merch, man. Tap in. Again, man, thank you for sitting down with your boy.
Yeah, bro.
And let's stay in contact, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good vibes.
All right, man. Thank you, doggy.